guys, in this Historical Fiction 101, I'm going to be giving you some recommendations for Canada. So, I've not touched on Canada historical fiction yet, so I figured I'll go ahead and do that. And, you know, I thought I was going to find a lot more books, but I was struggling to find some books for some reason, and I don't know why. I don't know if I was just looking at the wrong lists or what, but yeah, you guys, please, if I'm leaving out some important books, please share with me. So I have 8 books here that I'd like to recommend to you guys. I'm going to be using my notebook here so I can get through this video. So yeah, let's start off with Alias Grace by Margaret Atwood, and this is probably the most popular book that takes place in Canada. And yeah, this takes place in the 1800s. It follows a young woman named Grace who is accused of murdering her employer and his housekeeper, and through all this, yeah, there's a young man who seeks to unlock her memories and reform her. Yeah, because that's kind of the mystery. Did she really commit these murders, or is there something else going on? And yeah, I love the miniseries, you guys. The miniseries that aired on Netflix, I absolutely love that. I cannot wait to read the actual book. And yeah, oh, so good, you guys. I recommend it. Next, The Bride of New France by Suzanne Desrochers. I think I horribly butchered her name, you guys. But yeah, this takes place in 1669. It follows a young woman. She's been imprisoned with a bunch of kind of the low-life women of Paris, and she's banished to New France, which is Canada. And yeah, she's sent there to populate a colony, help populate a colony. And yeah, she struggles with this new environment, with this new wilderness, because it's definitely not France. And yeah, she's also forced to marry a soldier. This sounds good. I definitely gotta get my hands on this. Next, Clara Callan by Richard B. Wright. And this follows 2 Canadian sisters in the 1930s as they find their way within the complex web of social expectations. And yeah, through all this, it puts their relationship to the test. Next, The Outlander by Gil Adamson. And this takes place in 1903. It follows a young woman who flees into the Canadian wilderness to escape from her 2 ruthless brothers-in-laws to avenge the murder of her own brother. Ooh, that sounds really intriguing. The Jade Peony by Wei-Sun Choi. This takes place in Vancouver in the 1930s and 40s, and it follows 3 children of an immigrant Chinese family who wrestle with family, poverty, and history against a changing world. The Orinda by Joseph Boyden, and this takes place in the mid-1600s, follows a young Iroquois? Is that how it's pronounced? Iroquois? Girl who has been kidnapped by the Huron Nation, which reignites a rift between these 2 tribes. And she also falls for a missionary who travels with this tribe, and yet through that she kind of learns more about these tribes, gets a more cultural understanding about these tribes. The Piano Maker by Kurt Polka. This follows a French woman who moves to Canada in the 1930s as she reminisces about her life before the war. Her family were piano makers. She herself has a skill at playing the piano. But yeah, the way this book is described as being kind of a suspenseful mystery. So yeah, things kind of start happening while she's in Canada and her past catches up with her. And last, When Calls the Heart by Jeanette Oke. This takes place in the early 1900s about a young woman who travels to Canada for a teaching position. And of course, she falls for a very sexy man who's part of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. And I know that this is a TV series, I believe, but I have not watched this series. I've seen a lot of like fan videos for it, and it looks really good. I kind of would like to watch it, to be quite honest. But yeah, if you're a fan of the show, check out the books. So yeah, I feel like this was a really rapid, short video for Canadian historical fiction, you guys. I feel really bad about it. Like I said, for some stupid reason, I just couldn't find books. And the thing is, I think like books like White Fang and the Anne of Green Gables series. Those, I wasn't sure if those were considered historical fiction or not. I don't think they are, though, so I took those off my list. But yeah, there was just some things I was like, I don't know if this is historical fiction because I couldn't find like a date for it. Even something like I Heard the Owl Call My Name by Margaret Craven. I originally had that on my list, but I was like, I don't think that's historical fiction either. So yeah, I was just struggling trying to decipher what was historical fiction and what wasn't, and I didn't want to put something in this video and have it wrong. But yeah, you guys, if I have left something out, especially if you yourself are Canadian, let me know if I've left something off this list, because I would like to go look and have a look myself. So that's it for this video, you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like this video, you may like these other videos. Bye, guys.